Welcome, listeners. This is the 4 o'clock hour of Calling the Shot. Your host, Randy Thorne. This morning, I'm in the studio today with two highly regarded basketball experts to talk about the recent developments in the East vs. West National Basketball Fantasy Association League ID number 2262229. You may know our first guest, Bonte Diablo, from his national syndicated television program, Dos Cuatro, or his best-selling book, Fantasy or Fiction. That book has been on the New York Times bestselling list for 34 weeks now. Wow, I see it's also doing well on Amazon. Not much introduction is necessary for my second guest. He is a star of Stan and Me on Fox, and he most recently began speaking at high schools in the New Orleans area to decrease disorganization. They are both nationally known as experts in the area of the National Basketball Association fantasy pedigrees. Without further hesitation, let's get this ball rolling. How are you guys feeling about this impressive start from the Alpaca Blazers? Are you surprised? Whoa, Randy, it's looking like another strong season from this notorious team of all-stars.
That's right, Bonte. Each game that goes by gets more difficult to argue with that.
That's right, Stan. You just don't see a collection of talent like this come around very often.
You could not be more right. And it's not just from a select group of players. You see this up and down the roster. You can bet Coach John M. goes to sleep at night comfortable knowing that when the fourth quarter comes around and the game is on the line and say his star point guard Stephen Curry sprains an ankle, he has a pool of players to call upon that he knows will be able to put the ball into the hoop.
It's the details that allow this team to stand out. For example, when you see a quick 11 a.m. add-drop transaction to account for game scheduling, those are the types of things that will really make a difference when a matchup is on the line.
You know, I think you could not be more right, Bonte. See, it's this depth of the team that separates these 2014 Blazers from any team I've seen in all my 24 years of broadcasting.
Well, I'll say, has it really been 24 years?
Yes, it has. So here's what I have to say about this. Hats off to the Blazers. We're just going to have to wait and see where they end up at the end of the season. We're all just getting started. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. F Boston, Beantown Taqueria, the real Avery Bradley, and absolutely huge tacos have all shown themselves to be high-scoring teams.
After, say, weeks 16 and 17, I think we'll have a better idea of how the new acquires for the Blazers are going to fit in with some of these old veterans. Well, thanks, Randy, for having us on. Absolutely, anytime. One more quick question for each of you. Who is on your watch list at the moment? Stan?
For me, it's John Wall. He's really heated up the last 7 days with 100 points, 19 rebounds, and 39 assists.
I'm going to go with Kyle Mouth. He has really shown himself to be a team player. This past January, he sank 148 three-pointers. This kid is going places. Well, Stan, Bonte, thank you for joining us on Calling the Shot. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Randy.